All right, so this is a 2025 ladder strategy for Night Elf. This isn't meant to be like a general guide of how to play free for all or how to play Night Elf in free for all, but this is a specific strategy. And it was taking me a while to get back into the game and having a high win rate, but I put together a strategy that I have a lot of success with, and I've been hitting anywhere from like 70 to 90% win rate with this. And so I'm going to be going over what I'm doing and why we need to play a little bit differently than how Nadov used to play in the past, in today's, especially like orc dominant meta, and particularly like what works in ladder. And so realistically, the only metric we're concerned about is win rate. I mean, you might be thinking of all these other things when you're playing the game, but at the end of the day, there's only one metric that you care about, and that's win rate. And so you do the things that will give you a higher win rate, and you try and do as much of those things as you can. I would say the other important metric is game duration. Uh, you don't want to play a 2 hour game and lose. Uh, or even win. You could have played 4 games in that time. I mean, maybe you like that sort of thing. It's not for me. I like I like 45 minutes is like as much as I want to play. Unless it's like a really good game with a lot of action. But anywhere from like 35, 40, down to even, like you can close out games in like 12, 15 minutes, even against good players. If there's one good player. If there are like 3 good players, it's going to go later. But uh, win rate is the most important thing. And the other thing that's important to have a high win rate on ladder, especially with Night Elf, is to play violent strategies. And by violent, I mean Night Elf has offered multiple different types of gameplay. You could do rat gameplay, where you can just hide buildings and hoard a bunch of gold and kill things with Tinker, and you really be like this rat type player. Um, but I think Orc does that better right now with the Blade Master and all the marketplace maps. So you might as well just play Orc. Nadav can play ground. Nadav can play um, like clever strategies. You can hoard a lot of gold and make good decisions all the time. Um, I don't think your win rate's going to be as high. It's just not going to be as high as if you play violent strategies. And violent strategies are those which give you game progress. And game progress happens when you kill a hero, or you kill units, you kill buildings, and you kill workers. And the most effective hero for Night Elf right now at that, what offers more game progress than anything else, the most violent Night Elf hero, is a level 5 keeper. Or higher than that. But at level 5, keeper gets a 6-second entangle at 800 range. And it's really Night Elf's only catch. And it's been buffed. And it's really good against heroes. And if you have a strong army and you're really pushing at the enemy, they're going to get caught in some full entangles. They're going to lose heroes. And people only buy back their heroes with taverns. That cost 1,000 gold. And so you delete 1,000 gold for the enemy, and all your heroes get attributes and new abilities. So what we want is to take a high level keeper and just W key people, and get hero levels and kill their heroes and their units and their bases. And so this strategy isn't the strategy that I'm going to talk about isn't meant to be clever. It has clever aspects to it, but really it's meant to be violent more than it is clever. And so we're gonna get into why that works so well, and why it's gonna offer you higher win rates than other types of strategies in today's current meta. And I mean, you, I think I have the highest Night Elf win rate on ladder, so it's working. And let's get into why. So what we're doing different now is a late tech. So normally Night Elves do a quick tech, and that way you can get a panda out second. One, we're not getting a panda second. We're gonna get a panda third, and two, we're having a more zoomed out perspective. We don't need to hit that tier 2 well. We need to hit that 4 gold mines and shredder and perfect tech to tier 3 without any economic hiccups. And so if we delay our tech a little bit, because we need a tremendous amount of wisps. Any ancient building that we make takes a wisp, and we need a lot of lumber. We're just super lumber heavy right now, and you're not going to get your shredder or your second shredder until, halfway through the first night, and then after that. So what we're going to do is AOW creep our gold mine, and then with 1 archer, and then we're going to make a second archer, and you're going to see it's going to line up perfectly. You're going to be producing wisps the whole time. You'll tech right at 25 food. And we've deleted 2 wisps when we made our ancient and we made our tree alive. And we're scouting with our other ones because we want to have good vision around us so that we know where we could set up our 4 or even 5 or 6 mines if we're crazy. And we are crazy. So we're going to scout around us. So this is pre-tech, very straightforward. Don't stop wisp production. You could even Ancient of Wonder cancel to get 10 more seconds. Then tier 1 tech to tier 2. We literally walk from our first expansion and we just go expand a second time. You'll have the lumber that you need by the time you get to the mine. Go fast. The faster you go, the better. And we're going to have so many wisps that we can pull wisps out of our main and drop them right into the expansion. And you'll see the money line up right when you hit tier 2. So we're going to second expo immediately. We're going to run over and get a shredder. And we're going to make an aggressive Ancient of Wonders so that we could buy items while we're creeping. And something to keep in mind is this first 10-12 minutes of the game, we want to be as close to 0 gold as possible. You always want to be at under 500 gold. You want to be spending all your gold, and the Ancient of Wonder helps you do that. And those heal potions are free because they're going to allow you to creep extra things, and they're going to drop stupid items potion or that mana steal item that you're never going to use. That sells for more money than a potion cost you. Or even an invul potion, you're not going to use that for 10 minutes. Just sell it. You can buy the cheaper one later. That gold is worth more to you now. It'll help you creep faster. So all we're doing is creeping right here, and then right when we get to tier 2, we're going to immediately start our tier 3 tech, and we're going to purchase a creeping hero. So that means we're not going to make an altar hero. We're not going to get the panda. I'll explain why later. But we're going to get a Beastmaster, a Firelord, Dark Ranger, Tinker, or Alchemist. And that is because these heroes creep fast. And we just want a lot of gold. We want a lot of creeps. We want a lot of items. And these heroes are the fastest at creeping. And they're good at creeping without the keeper present. And you can always supply, because your keeper's going to be level 4 around this point. Your keeper's able to supply a lot of power by spamming treants and running around and delivering items and things like that. So, and just a note on these heroes, they all kind of work. Obviously, Alchemist and Tinker aren't as good versus Orc. And Orc is a menace right now. Orc is kind of by far the strongest race in free-for-all. Probably stronger than any race has ever been in free-for-all, and it's not even close. Ladder's just dominated by Orcs. Everybody's playing Orc. And Tinker kills himself by attacking a war mill. And so it's just really tedious to play Tinker. Cluster Rockets don't really do enough. Pocket Factory isn't that impactful. So I don't think Tinker is as good as we want for hero versus Orc. And Alchemist doesn't do any building damage. And for that matter, Dark Ranger doesn't do any building damage. And Dark Ranger just doesn't do any damage, period. The Dark Ranger is one of these clever heroes. What we want are I prefer these two heroes, Beastmaster or Firelord, because they offer building damage at level 6. They offer a lot of building damage. And their summons are, they also creep faster than the other heroes. And they, what makes them especially good is, especially the Beastmaster, is destroying enemy economies. And so we can make a lot of game progress just by pressing a couple buttons and sending treants, a bear, and a quill to an expansion. Maybe we deleted 1,000 gold from an orc's economy, or 2,000 gold, especially if we do it twice in kill expansions. Maybe we delete 4,000 gold. So, and you're gonna get pissed off playing orcs because they're gonna be blowing up your chimeras all game, and you just gotta deal with it. There's nothing to be done about it. Don't stop making chimeras. Don't make ground units. Make chimeras, and you need to outgold them. And so, particularly the Beastmaster is really going to help with that. And then during this tech, you're really strong here, so you can steal all the big creeps. They're yours for the taking. Orc can take them if you're slow. You should be a little bit faster than the orc, and if you're not, that's on you. You need to up your micro, up your macro, because you should be a little bit ahead. Okay. And then when you get to tier 3, we're gonna buy the panda and an orb, like right away. And this is when I like to hoard for like 6 to 8 minutes. And what we're gonna be doing is just basically building Rome. We're gonna build like a really big base with wells and a tremendous amount of production buildings, and it's expansive. On an expansive base is safe because our buildings are so big, and it's harder for enemies to kill them when they're all spread out. And moon wells are so strong that it's nice just to have them all over the place. They heal your stuff up. You put some ancient protectors here and there, and think that I think night elves are so used to killing bases fast that they think that opponents kill night elf bases fast, but they don't. It takes a long time for enemies to kill your base, and that's just because they have things like wyverns and like casters and tauren and like gargoyles, and so it takes a really time for people to kill your base, apart from human, of course. So I like these big expansive bases, and one thing that I do is I make like this giant U of, or an N, depending on which side of the map that you are, of like all my production buildings, like chimera roosts, winds, lores. Maybe there's 15 of those buildings, and then in the middle of the base is all my wells and ancient protectors and shops. And so during this time, you're basically creeping your second 2 heroes, while your first hero is running around and buying items from marketplaces, and he's supplying treants. Maybe he's even solo creeping the Keeper of the Grove. And you're basically just building your empire. And you're usually so strong at this point, and you have so many production buildings that you're not going to lose to a rush. And remember, you want to have, like, I know you're hoarding, but you want to keep your gold low. You want to be spending all your gold. You want to be buying good items. I like having boots on all my heroes right now. Orbs are okay, but they lose effectiveness as the game goes on. And this is kind of my ranking of the aura items. Devotion and Brilliance are the best. And then Drums is good. And then the movement auras are good. And then we start to we get True Shot and Vamp Aura. Vamp Aura is only really useful in like Mirror and versus Undead. And then what kind of army are we playing? We're just making Chimeras. We don't really need anything else. Don't be clever. Don't make like ground units. Don't make dryads. Don't make bears. You can make like a bear. Don't make archers or hippogriff riders or anything like this. It's just play. If you want to do that, go play. If you want to play ground, you should play orc or human. There's no reason to play Night Elf Ground. I mean, it can work occasionally, but if we're after a high win rate, we're playing aggressive and we're playing chimeras, and we're countering. Like let's say you're fighting a night elf and they have like dryads and mountain giants. You think chimeras are terrible versus these things? Well, no, because chimeras can just go around them and kill an enemy base and kill heroes, and then you could just make a bunch of a bunch of fairies from your winds to kill their dryads, and then they're stuck with a bunch of useless mountain giants. Don't be playing ground. Don't be that guy. If you want to be clever, uh, go base race people with chimeras. Just play a lot of them. Play like 12 of them. Too many of them. And roar them. Maybe get some fairy fire and some auras and roar. And then just go smash into people. And kill their heroes and kill their buildings. And it's very SM work, but it works. And be unapologetic about it. And be unrelenting about it. And just go full chimera. Like you really don't, you don't need anything else. Sometimes your opponents will do like a wyvern swap. Okay, then you need to have some hippogriffs. But apart from that, they don't do that very often. They don't do a lot of thinking. The orc players, they do a lot of bats. And it's going to piss you off when they blow up your chimeras. And sometimes you're just going to lose. Sometimes you're just going to rage quit when you get your chimeras blown up. But keep at it. You'll notice you'll win a lot more than you lose. And it's more expensive to blow up your chimeras than it is to make chimeras, to get your chimeras blown up. And so if you have a really good economy, if you get a lot of gold mines, your chimeras are going to win out the economy game. All right, so let's get into what this looks like in an actual game. All right, so I played this game right after I recorded the uh, going over the actual build order and strategy. This is I'm gonna deviate slightly from that guide because on this map you can get a really good AOW creep, but everything's still pretty much the same. The nice thing about this map is there's like a what do you call it, like a mercenary camp in the middle of the map with a really good creep camp. Look at that. There's like two level 3s, a level 4, a level 2, and a level 6. And you can build your AOW right next to it, and you can get the healer and the berserker later. And then you can use that Ancient of War to walk to the next creep. So you'd be like Dom not to do that Ancient of War creep. It's just so much value, so I have to take it. And really, it kind of fits in with, and it gives that levels, you can get like 6+ intelligence. You can get that one item, it's like a robe of the Magi and like an intelligence tome. Like, if you get that, it just puts you in such a good spot. So you got to take that creep. And this is another thing. It's really good to know the maps that you're playing because you know little things like this. And you can deviate your strategy slightly and have a much more successful game just by little efficiency improvements in the early game. So also, another thing to keep in mind here is you could probably swap your first and second hero because Tavern Hero is so good on this map. But whatever, I'm just gonna showcase the strategy. So, Ancient of War creep, cool map because you can also get like an item that allows you to charm peons, which lets you make spirit walkers, and that's not even that expensive to do. It's like 1,000 gold to make that tech to spirit walkers, and it's totally worth it. And so I'm gonna be creeping up right here. I'm like all good night elves. I'm probably gonna deny a creep with my Ancient of War, and that's just the way things go. Uh, I think I saw there were two orcs, right? Two orcs and a random player, and so that's just common. That's just every single game. You're gonna have like lots of orcs that you're facing, so you might as well get used to it. See, look, I already got an int tome, and I really wanted to showcase this strategy with the Beastmaster, but this kind of just goes to show you want to be like thinking on the fly. I saw those Boots of Quel'Thalas, and that just made me think Alchemist. Uh, so nice on the Alchemist. Also the Fire Lord too. But the thing about the Fire Lord here is you can already creep so easily. And the Alchemist is really good at creeping here because all the camps are like a bunch of non-magic immunes all grouped up. And so Alchemist works well enough here. And I think I find a ring too. So the ring and the boots make me think, yes, I need to buy an Alchemist. So as you can see, I teched at 20, actually exactly 26 food. I was thinking 27 food, but I hadn't made the Tree of Life yet. So I got a whole extra wisp. Um, and that just goes to show you it's fine to tech late. And you'll even see me, I'm not even going to buy my second hero until I'm like part way to tier 3 anyway. Because I value that fast tech quicker. Because the fast tech is that Panda Third quickly, and it's Orb of Venom quickly. And I can get that upgraded Moonwell region thing quickly as well with the Hunter's Hall. So like I said, look, we already have enough gold for our second expansion, and that's Nine of Strength is how fast we can get that second expansion and that third expansion up. The only one who could do it as quick is a human can do it as quick. And undead can do it quick too. They just can't creep as quickly. And Night Elf can creep fast and expand fast. Um, like you'll note, like if you try it with undead, you'll note it, or and tech fast. So Night Elf can do all three: tech fast, creep fast, and expand fast, all at the same time. No other race can do that. Undead can do two of them well, and human can do two of them well. And human's almost as quick as Night Elf at them, but not quite at expanding quickly, but not quite as fast as Night Elf. So if you're not playing to that strength, then why are you playing Night Elf? I mean, I understand maybe you think it's a fun race to play, but in terms of actually playing to the race's strength and trying to get a better win rate, you should be taking advantages of what is strong for Night Elf. And what is strong for Night Elf is expanding quickly, teching quickly, and look, I'm already starting my tier 3 tech. And I'm going to buy my Shredder before my second hero. Let me just pause right here. So, we have good lumber, so we don't need to be like super precise in our Shredder timing. And there's lots of Shredders on this map. Maybe, I guess there's only 4 Shredders on this map, but you're pretty much guaranteeing a Shredder. And we want to get that tech going quickly. So we're at 346 food. We could already buy our second hero, but what would be the point of buying that second hero? It's going to make our first hero get less XP because your first hero, when you're tier 2 and tier 3, if you have a solo hero, gets an experience bonus. It's like 15 and 30% in tier 1 and tier 2. I mean, tier 2 and tier 3. So right now, any experience I'm getting is like 15% higher than I normally would be. And that second hero would be so far away that he would just be in the middle of the map absorbing XP. So there's no point in getting that second hero yet. So when I get to 375, I'm going to buy Shredder. And then we're going to wait all the way to 425 gold. So we're valuing things more than those second hero levels right now. But they're going to come. So our expansion's already done, and we already have enough wisps in our main just to send over. Depending on the map, you'll run into a shop. And so, like, if I did this better, if I redid this, I would have sold my TP at the marketplace in the early game. That would have given me a little bit quicker, a little bit more money. So, and you can see my items. Like, how could you not get an alchemist with those items? Um, I could even like get a demon hunter here. Demon hunters might be the strongest if the game is gonna be in like that 25 to 35 minute range. That's kind of like the demon hunter strong point. But that's okay. Not enough heroes are just fairly weak in comparison to other heroes that it doesn't matter all that much what you get. But look at that. That's just 6.8, and we're gonna buy devotion aura. So that's so much. That's so nice to get that armor on the alchemist. And there's so many tomes here. He's gonna be super tanky. So yeah, we swap the ring and the boots over, and we're gonna start saturating our second gold mine. And like I said, we're gonna try and stay as low gold as we can. Uh, the reason why we want that low gold is because there's no point in having gold right now. It does absolutely nothing. So you want it in items. And like look at that level 1 alchemist. He has +6 agility, +6 strength, and +5 armor extra. So super strong right now. We're really happy with that. Um, I really wanted to show Beastmaster. I think the Beastmaster is more interesting, but yeah, we love that alchemist. And look, we can already get a panda, and we can already get an orb, and so we're happy with our gameplay so far. We've played solitaire well. We haven't encountered anybody. And I accidentally bought a lion hood. I didn't accidentally, but we had 2 lion horn of stormwinds. And yeah, I like to buy 1 mana item for my keeper. That way you never, ever, ever have to worry about mana. It's not necessary, but it's nice to have just 1 mana item. Uh, Orb of Venom is kind of like doubles the DPS output of your army. It's You could either say it as you just don't have a lot of damage, and so Orb of Venom is uh, required, or you could say it as Orb of Venom is just really strong. I don't think it's that good of an item later game, but it's really good until like minute 15, 20. And so I think it's faster just to tank with your units than it is to kill him yourself. So I like to just send my units to die at the creeps. Um, like look at how those creeps are stacked up. So it's like super nice for Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, Acid Bomb. Yeah, just really nice heroes for creeping on this map. Um, and you're gonna kind of see the base that I'm talking about right now. I'm gonna start building like this huge circle around my base and like a giant uh, mix of moon wells and ancient protectors in the center. And you can keep building production buildings as you increase your gold saturation. And so I didn't want to get that 3rd expansion yet because I wanted to creep all those center mines, and those are worth gold too. But with Night Elf, you could just build the Tree of Life before you creep the expansion. So you're totally allowed to do that with Night Elf. Uh, this is kind of a fun map. Uh, I really like buying that item, that Scepter of Avarice. I'm just gonna use it right away. No reason to hold on to it. What I might kill a Kodo later, but better to just use it, and not have to worry about it as an item slot. You can kill the Kodo anyway with chimeras, or like a level 3 entangle does I don't know, like 800 damage or something. So no point in keeping it. If you're fighting like a Frostworm or a Chimera, yeah, I meant to teleport or I meant to staff to my Alchemist there, but I accidentally missed. I was kind of frustrated about that. Uh, and so kind of this is how I like to do my minute 10, minute 9 to 15, and that's just to be retaliatory. Ideally, I would be more. What's the word? Um, pro proactive in my scouting and more conscientious in my scouting. But I just don't always do that. I think you can obviously make a Druid of the Talon and use the Fairy Fire ability in the Crow form. So here's a little trick for Night Elf, especially, is if you pull one of these creeps with your Keeper of the Grove with an orb, that ticking orb is going to force the creep to follow you because it's going to think you're still attacking you. And then as the creep runs back, uh, they're not going to cast any of their spells. And a lot of people already know that part of the trick, but the orb makes sure everything follows the keeper. So that's kind of nice. And look at this. You could creep these really hard creeps with full HP with like these heroes. These heroes can creep it no problem. And obviously, if you had like a Beastmaster, Fire Lord, or Tinker, you'd creep it even faster. And like, obviously, the Creeper can solo creeps like this too, with the Orb of Venom and Entangle and all that stuff. So, really cool part of the strategy is this is just a nice part of the game for Night Elf. And at any point in time, I could push myself up to 80 food or 100 food. And my base will be strong enough to have my heroes defend during this time, especially with my hero levels. So, really important to be getting good at the first 10, 12 minutes of the game. As you can see, my Alchemist has probably got like 300 HP worth of tomes, and he's now just incredibly tanky. I don't know how, what did that say? He's probably got like 11, 12 armor, 1300 HP, and he gets a lot of HP per level. So, really nice to have a high level Alchemist. And he's one of these heroes that likes like level 7, level 8, level 9. And I don't want the game to go that late. I'd rather the game go to like minute 20 or 30. But I just had to get the Alchemist because of those items. A little trick as well. You know how like you can attack one of your own units to get creeps to stop targeting that first unit? Well, you can also do that with enemy towers or any enemies that are set to attack move because they're following the same laws as creeps. This orc below me has this little scout tower. He doesn't want to be surprised by a Chimera Rush. Good on him to be proactive like that. So I see this purple orc attacking me, and I immediately go to 80 food. I'm going to make Druid of the Talon and Chimeras. Generally, I don't really make Bears versus Orc because it just dies, and I don't need the damage. I just need more hit points in my Chimeras. So I will make it at 100 food sometimes. And I think I saw the Demolishers from this guy, and the second I saw the Demolishers, I thought this guy's a noob. Not that a good player can't make use of Demolishers, but they just don't generally. So I thought, okay, I could probably beat this guy with just 3 heroes and maybe like a tower or 2. even though he has like an 80 or 100 food army. If you are, and that's just the way Warcraft 3 is. If you're just have more micro than another player, you can just demolish them. And so I saw this guy. I thought, ooh, like here's a lot of experience. It's kind of like a predatory instinct, like resources. Yeah, look at that. Something about the way that army looked was like that's a lot of experience. And so I'm gonna TP and fight that. Oh yeah, he had grunts still, and I have that Doom Guard. So I'm just gonna farm this guy. Obviously, I looked at his items, and I'm just gonna kill his hero really quickly with acid bomb. What is it? Haze, breath of fire, orb of venom, entangle. It's probably taking 200 DPS a second, and it's just gonna fall over. So this guy just rolled over him. Uh, Kind of poor guy, but whatever. Um, and I had invul potions on my heroes, so this was really nice. And I was thinking, because a lot of times you'll get two good orcs in your game, and if you get two good orcs in your game, it's just a crappy game. You're not gonna have much fun, and you might as well just go make a bunch of chimeras and hit someone, and go to the next game. Maybe you'll win it, maybe you'll lose it, whatever. There's no sense in playing like a 2 hour game of like typing, "Oh, I'm dying, I'm dying, I'm dying." It's just so weak to do that sort of thing. It always makes you feel bad. I mean, maybe you like that sort of thing. I don't know. But might as well just shut up and like go play as best you can. And so, yeah, that orc is out, and now my only thought is I'm fighting this yellow orc, and maybe he's decent, maybe he's not. I don't know. But I don't really care about that other guy anymore because I think, oh, I can just kill him with heroes. So our only focus is the orc. I look at this guy and he looks a little better. There's that. I don't think it's that good anymore, but it's like Dark Ranger, TC Shadow Hunter, and a good counter to that is just pure Chimera. And so that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna play pure Chimera against this guy, and unfortunately, I don't have that summoning hero second, but I do have. I at least have treants, and okay, you really want to see this. So you have chimeras. I kind of thought I know exactly where he's going to town portal, and he's going to try and basically cut me off. He sees 4 chimeras, and what is that? That's like 15 food of heroes and then 20 food of units. So like I have like a 40 food army or something, 35 food army. Uh, but it's a lot stronger than that, and you'll see what I mean. When an orc town portals, all their stuff is clumped up, so your chimeras do like full damage to everything. And they nerfed Chim Splash a while ago, but they increased the. I think was it the damage that they increased, or I don't know. I think the splash is just nerfed, but when they TP together, the splash still works. So he like TPs. Look, I just knew it was gonna happen, and I can nuke that. His heal scroll countered a lot of it, and he dispelled. So my thought was like, oh, he has a little bit better micro, but I think his strategy is just so inferior that I'm probably gonna beat him anyway. I mean, unless his heroes are like way stronger than mine, but my heroes are higher level. And I don't want to lose that panda. Like I said, when people at like this point in the game, people don't have really good items yet, so they're losing their heroes more. But I saw his Dark Ranger had boots, so my keeper wasn't going to be able to catch up. And his Shadow Hunter had a TP, so I think the game was over at this point. He needed just pure bats and chimeras, and he might still be able to come back especially if he makes use of his economy right and his bats right, but probably not. And so it is important for me to end the game as quickly as possible. And what's really good thing about chimeras is they kill buildings fast. And so the top orc player on ladder, he's pretty good. Um, we trade games all the time. Like I think I have a higher win rate against him than he has to me, but he will beat me a fair bit. He makes like 8 bestiaries, and that's just really frustrating to play because that means he could really spam these bats, kind of like this guy. Uh, so yeah, really spread your chimeras out. So like he just blew up. I don't know how many bats he blew up. He killed like 1 or 2 chimeras, and he just lost like a full control group of bats. And that's on him. He could have done that better, just specifically targeting my chimeras. But I'm gonna get a bunch of value out of my moonwalls. And why are you playing Night Elf? You're playing Night Elf because you have moonwalls. You have moonwalls. You have staffs, and you have chimeras. That's like it. There's no other reason to be playing Night Elf. I guess your trees can walk, and your heroes are interesting, but like you can heal everything fully. So I just got a ton of value from that. Luckily, we're close spawn, or pretty close spawn. So we're just gonna go W key him now. It's minute 20. We've spent all our gold. My goal right now, immediate goal, is to get protection scroll, 2 heal scrolls. That way I'm going to be able to do maximum amount of push. And remember, I have devotion aura. So my chimeras have, what is it? They have 8 armor? I don't know if they have 8 armor or what. And then they have 1.5 armor from the item and 2 armor from the scroll. And then 2 heal scrolls. So maybe I click one to see how much they have. Yeah, look, 8. Look at that. It was 8.5. Or sorry, let's click it again. We use it, yeah. 8 plus 3.5. So they have a lot of armor. And you'll see his amount of bats isn't enough. He needs a lot more bats to get through this. And I spread my chimeras, and I kind of put them back together, unfortunately, but I used both my heal scrolls, and it's over. Yeah. I looked at his items. He wasn't going to be able to TP away. And, yeah, his wyverns are going to beat me in the long run, but I killed the heroes too quickly because one of them was like only level 3 because I crept very quickly. So that's kind of what a lot of the games look like. And even against the rank 1 player on ladder, I think his name's Spring, that's what a lot of our games look like, where he'll do that to me at like minute 18, or I'll do that to him at minute 20 or minute 15 or like minute 18, sometimes like minute 30 or 40. I had like a 25-minute 1v1. Maybe I'll post that one where we just fought each other. He just basically detonated bats on me for 25 minutes straight, and just outvalued him in gold in the end. And his heroes were going like level 8, and mine were still level 5, and it didn't matter because I just held consistent and played correctly, and ultimately came out on top. And so that's the basic strategy. If you have any questions, let me know. I might post a couple more videos about it. I have one other strategy that I think's on par with this one, maybe slightly stronger, but it's harder to pull off. And I think like you need high level heroes, and you need to be having really high APM for it to work, and you need to focus for like the whole game. But it's a cool strategy. I might have posted about it before, but yeah, there it is. And thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions.